What's up, y'all? Kofi Kingston here, and I would love to have a drink with Wrestling on the Rocks, depending on what that drink is, preferably non-alcoholic, you know?
How's it going? The Celtic Warrior Damon.
Soda.
I would love to have a drink with Wrestling on the Rocks.
Maple syrup.
Fella.
I would never have a drink with Wrestling on the Rocks.
Welcome to Wrestling on the Rocks. I am at Ref Marsh. We are WOTR the show. With me today for our Thursday night chaser, I got Crybaby Klump.
Oh, hey.
I got Miss Amanda Jane.
Hello, hello.
And anybody who's watching, anybody who's listening, probably even hears the difference if you don't see the difference if you're watching on twitch.tv/Wrestling on the Rocks or YouTube. We got a whole different setup here today. We're going to do the watch along for MLW Fightland. It should be starting here in about 10 minutes. And I figured we'd come on, talk a little bit about AEW, maybe a little NXT, some news.
Tell
stuff
people
like
where to find Fightland.
Fightland's going to be on Vice as of right now. I mean, the Vice app it's rough, man. The Vice app is a bad app. Like, you go in there and it just lists either episodes. It shows latest episodes. There's no search functionality. There's no subscribing functionality. There's no user to log into. There's no live stream of their actual channel.
You can't log in.
Go ahead.
You can log into your TV provider, or in my case, your parents' TV provider, but you can only watch shows 24 hours after.
Yeah.
My parents pay good goddamn money for Dish. I should be able to watch stuff live.
100%. So what I had to do personally was I use Hulu Live. That's how I'm even able to get AEW, because AEW TNT app doesn't even let you watch it. Like, these wrestling companies are not they're not easy to get a hold of when you want to watch something that's not WWE. So I will say, in WWE's defense of all this, it is incredibly easy, and I've never had an issue getting USA or Fox or the network or Peacock. All of that's been so easy. But these other brands, it's not even a negative on them. It's a negative on these networks that are trying to court these companies. Mm-hmm. If you want AEW on your channel, you better make sure that everyone can get that channel. Like, you know what I mean?
No, I watch it illegally.
Well, you don't have to say it like that.
Well, you know what I mean, because, shit, like, I cut the cord, and, it's unfortunate that I can get TBS for free.
Yeah.
But I can't get TNT.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
For the record, when you said it's not that hard to get Vice or stuff, or get a USA and stuff, USA is a shit show.
Yeah.
If I could illegally watch anything from USA, I would. Thankfully, Peacock's fantastic. Good job.
Well, what do you mean? The USA app's not perfect. It's just easy to get, and you can watch live TV on it.
Yeah, it's easy to get, but it's also easy to get syphilis. It doesn't mean it's a fun experience.
But you can watch the live TV on it.
Yeah, kinda. 3 out of 10 times, yeah, it's not been great for me there.
It's definitely shitty on the replays. Like, sometimes the next week, you'll get an episode and it'll be messed up. We had it with Raw a couple weeks ago, where they just reposted the previous week's again with a new thumbnail and said it was this week's, and it wasn't. And so I was like, well, you can't just put the same episode twice, you know what I mean? So, I mean, there's definitely issues and we've had audio issues with the USA app. There was a while where it didn't work with the HomePod, but at least I could watch it. Amanda, if there's a link you have for Fightland, if you want to send that to Klump to make sure you can watch it.
Well, I got to make sure I can watch it. I'm looking for one right now.
It's all good. I'm enjoying a free trial.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, mine wasn't free because I get my Hulu and Disney Plus and ESPN from Verizon. Shout out to Verizon.
Oh, yeah.
Same here. But I created a separate account.
I know, but I don't. Yeah, no. I have, for some reason, I have 2 Hulu accounts, but it wants me to pay like $50 today. I said, no, not for something that's like an hour. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. So
For 1 hour
I'm
programming.
game. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Now, if it were something like I don't know, something like great, and I needed to see it, like I don't know, I don't know, something that would be okay. It's like almost pay-per-view worthy. Then
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I'd pay. I was gonna
Yeah.
say something gross, but I'm gonna be a lady.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Well,
Are you guys?
it's
Do you guys think you're going to
underground.
be able to get it?
I'm
Right
already
now,
watching it.
you're already watching the Dark Side.
I'm
or
watching
whatever?
Johnny Canane. Yeah,
Yeah. Good.
one of his ears is bigger than the other.
Yeah.
That's probably what started it all.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
I was going to say, so it's showing that it's only going to be an hour long. And Bishop told us that it was a 5-hour taping he went to. So I asked him, I was like, dude, was there stuff that was just clearly out of sequence? And he's like, at the time we thought some stuff was weird, but I didn't think so. And he's like, but in hindsight, I think it definitely was out of order. So I was like, okay.
Well, at least when we saw NWA, it was in order.
Yeah. I just realized I don't have any of the chats open. If anybody's in the chat, cheers to you. Thanks for coming through.
Yep. And if you know a way to see Fightland for free,
Yeah, drop it in the chat.
Sorry, producers on the side.
Yeah. Producer Lee.
Can't see.
If anybody's posted anything in the Twitch chat, repost it.
Sorry.
yep.
Episode 1.
It's only episode 1, guys.
Good
Have a
one.
drink. Every show is our first show.
I can watch a thing about cheesy pupusas in Brooklyn.
Yes. That's what the Vice app is like. It's just like, here's
Yeah.
a random episode of a random thing. And you go, well, fuck.
Do you have
Oh
any
my
predictions?
What the fuck's a cheesy papusa?
You know what a
you're going to
pupusa
love it,
is?
Klump.
Yeah, you'll love it. You'd like it. It's like a
Syphilitic rage.
no.
Kind of. Grim
I don't-
Reaper in the
I don't
chat.
know.
Cheers to Grim Reaper. Hey, let's go through the list real quick. What's in your glass? We'll start with Klump.
Got 3 pounds.
3 pounds.
Sour Patch Kids. Watermelon flavored sours. My teeth and colon hurt.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Amanda, what's in your drink? What's in your glass?
We have sponsored, not sponsored today, featuring some Stoli vanilla
Oh, yeah.
because. And
got
I did
some-
not
Go ahead.
pregame. Did not pregame. Just FYI.
Oh, yeah, me neither. I got some unsweet tea. I'm going to add just a little shot of vodka in there just to keep it rolling, keep things going.
Okay.
Grimmy Brew, just in time coming through. Cheers to just in time. Thank you for coming having a
Now-
drink with us here in the dive bar of the IWC. And Grim likes the layout. Yeah, dude. It's for the watch-alongs. It's a little bit easier this way to produce it this way. Especially
watch-
because I have a projector. So if I have all the lights on in the house like we typically would have for the show, it's going to wash out the screen and I can't watch along anything. And this puts the screen in front of me too, so if I have to do it through a browser, I can do that as well.
This is crappy. Now it's like making me watch things like something about Donald Trump, and it's a one about the Sharks player who had the fake vaccination card.
Do you want me to send you my Hulu login to see if you can just log into that?
Can you have more than one person logged in on Hulu?
If you're on like an app, if you're like on a mobile device, I think you can.
I can do it on my nice new
All right.
phone that you can't see because I have Chibi Ricky again.
All right. Let's see. I'm gonna send you some stuff. Klump, did you watch any of AEW this week?
Yeah, I did watch it.
I watched. I went through. So I watched 2 things as we're getting ready for this to start. I saw the unveiling of a new women's title, and I saw. I don't think this works like this anymore. Yeah, and I saw the Serena Deeb and Sheeta match.
That was not a bad match at all.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad, but from my perspective, it was like Serena Deeb was having a match by herself. Like, there was a lot of stuff that, like, she was bringing herself in and out of holds, regardless of whatever Sheeta was doing. Like, Sheeta was just kind of there for the ride. Which, to me, I was like, well, sweet, Deeb is awesome. But part of me was kind of like, it would have been nice to see Sheeta hold up her end a little bit more. But she'll get there, I think. I think she's still pretty fresh.
I
Yeah.
don't think Sheeta was too bad there. I mean, to me, it felt like Deeb was in. I'm gonna kind of agree with you here. I feel like Sheeta being more strike focused, you could definitely see Deeb kind of having to play in the style, and arguably, I felt like maybe their style just didn't match. You know what I mean?
That could be.
Like neither. Like it felt like she was trying to pull herself into stuff, but maybe also arguably she wasn't really working around Sheeta's striking. But I would say, yeah, Deeb's a pretty good veteran, so I'm not going to throw out against her.
Yeah. Yeah, I think she really displayed how they were like, oh, she was given the nickname, what is it? Woman of the Thousand Holds. Yeah, like she made that known of this is what it is. And of course, me, I like that kind of wrestling, so I thought it was great. But you could tell that Sheeta, that's not her thing.
Yeah.
Really. Yeah, and it's kind of sad because I think that a lot of the women really kind of need to, I guess, open up their repertoire of moves because they're all kind of the same. Like right now, I'm looking at Ty Conti, Anna Jay, most of those people, all the same.
Yeah.
There's nothing different. So
that's true. Yeah, but I did think it was a good match. I did enjoy watching it. It was a fun match. It's pretty solid. I just did feel like we were definitely watching Serena Deeb carry Sheeta through a match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I did think it was hysterical. They made that plaque for Sheeta for her first 50 wins, and then she didn't win, and they destroyed it. I thought that was pretty funny.
Well, I thought that was my one kind of fault there is like you're telegraphing this a bit because they're not going to give it to her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
So it's starting. I got the intro here. Did you get my messages there, Amanda?
Yep, working on it right now.
All right, we're doing the intro.
This looks good.
Yeah, this does look pretty cool.
Does anyone have a prediction for the main event?
I don't know if we'll do predictions because there's a lot of people who probably gotten spoilers, so I don't even want to entertain the chat with people trying to just ruin the show for us jerks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Remember we had that one dude come through and was like, "Hey, here's all the spoilers for next week's Rampage." And we're all like, "What? Why?"
I swear to God, if that guy comes in again today and tells me that Ricky beat fucking Cage to a pulp, I'll fucking kill that guy.
That's a good point. Good point. But starting up here, anybody who's Just Time says spoiler free on his end. What's the link again? Grim Reaper said. Grim, I don't plan on giving my Hulu Live to everyone. My account, but it's being streamed through Vice. If you have Hulu Live, you can go to the Vice TV channel. Otherwise, to be honest, I'm not certain on how else you could watch it. It is kind of a small ring. Like, that doesn't even look like a 16. That looks like a 14.
No. Who's the big fucker that's doing the intro talking?
I don't know. I was
Where are
wondering
you
that too.
guys?
He's a big dude.
Where are you guys
Oh, that
at?
one's huge.
I mean, we're at like 2 minutes in. I can see all four guys in the ring. Is that Tajiri?
Tajiri. That is the jury. He's like 50.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Arez
You
and
got like what at 2:30-ish?
That dude's big too. Jeez.
Just go to live. Go to whatever's happening live right now, Amanda.
Oh, okay.
That dude's big.
You can't get ahead of us because it hasn't aired yet.
Oh, I know. Oh Lord.
Grim Reaper says, "Okay, I have Vice." All right, Grim, go find it. Go find MLW. It's starting now. You got looks like a fatal 4-way with the referee. Referee's bigger than everyone in the ring. Yes, he is. He's a giant. Look at that ref. It's huge.
By a fair amount. I like the jury just being cautiously peaceful.
Yeah.
Wasn't he known for being kind of an asshole and everything?
Yes. He was vicious.
I almost thought that was Fuego del Sol.
He's like really sheepish right now. That'd be funny if it was Fuego. Oof.
I like that the one guy.
Here we go. Oh.
Either like he's either done a shit ton of death matches or he has some hella back me.
Yeah. Yeah.
His back's just covered in scars.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, all right. That's not. Huh. I got a little sloppy, a little spot heavy.
It's.
Yeah.
They're in confined space, okay?
Well, that's also part of the problem, right? That you're definitely in a really small ring. You have 4 people. There's not a lot of room to move.
Yes.
Yeah.
This should be a bigger ring.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that's like, look at the mats. One
Or
little
just less
mat.
people in the match. You know what I mean? Because like, there's just not enough space for them to do all the flips and high flying spots they want to do, and have it make sense without much more space to like.
I feel like there was a lot of effort here to make this look a certain way for
Yeah.
this,
Oh god.
and it isn't really working for me.
I think
Like
it's the ring. I think it's just the ring they always have.
No, the lack of mats too,
Oh,
Yeah, there's that one mat on the side
Yeah,
and everything else.
and
is
it
cement.
doesn't even cover the entire side of this small ass ring. Which
Right.
also,
that's true.
this is on Vice, and Vice's things kind of been talking about like the dark side and struggles and negativity of wrestling. This isn't helping that.
Oh,
No.
Look at
No.
look at my concussion causing arena.
yeah.
You know what it reminds me of? Old
I think it's
ROH
Go ahead.
with a fancier backdrop
Yes.
to enter.
Mm.
That's what it is.
That looks like those high spots rings.
Mm.
The ring that you can like buy on high spots.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They need to get someone else to buy it to make them a ring, I think. Because I've also heard bad things about those rings.
Mhm.
Now, bear in mind, guys, Bishop is in the audience out there somewhere. He says he's about 4 rows back. He says there's only 4 rows to begin with, so he should be in the last row.
Oh, good lord.
And he's wearing his
Bishop-
t-shirt.
He's
I
a
think
liar.
I see him.
There's 5 rows.
Yeah.
I see 5.
Yeah,
I wish I
I
brought
think
my
I see him
laser
too.
Well, he's got his black hat on with the white
Yep.
takes thing, so he's kind of on the right-hand side.
Yep,
Nice.
you can see him.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's in like the nosebleeds for this show.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, like
Yeah.
Spider-Man here?
And he's got his pink takes shirt on. He said that
Yeah.
during some of the matches, he just stood up and was just like,
What a
do
shill.
it. Yeah. You got to, man. You got to.
I love when like ring gear for a cup, like your ring gear is just, I got like the thing for, like, skids on a motorcycle and just painted it red.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I
Not
do
all
like
of that's
Tajiri.
gonna have good gear.
Tajiri is fucking amazing for he's 50 easily.
Yeah.
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 hmm But you see, when you look at
What you don't
Tajiri,
understand, producers, he's like 1,000 years old, and he was in the Attitude Era, and he was
Really?
he was like a Japanese legend when we saw him in the 90s.
Yeah,
He can still move.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Like
Mhm.
Mysterio.
He's little. He's a wee
Yeah.
man,
yeah, that's true.
and his style was very technical, so he wasn't a high spot guy. He didn't do dipshit things like jump onto concrete.
That's a good point. He did do a
Yep.
lot of like rolling and kind of flips in the mat and off of a person, like a catch style type thing, like arm drag type, like spinning. But you're right, it wasn't
Hey,
like
look at
massive
this.
jumps off of ladders or onto concrete or anything like that.
Oh.
hope we're not
Oh,
catching
God.
anybody.
He didn't land that.
What the fuck?
That camera just had him shoot out. The guy just jumps out of the ring and didn't even catch it. He just
Ran
leaves.
backward.
Where
You
did
don't want to
he
hit the
jump?
concrete.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
That wasn't a good throw-in.
No.
No.
He had no momentum, and the other guy had to run his ass in.
Oh yeah.
Ay, ay, ay.
All their
Ooh.
throw-ins have been
Bad
bad.
luchador.
Oof.
Bad
Oh,
luchador.
God.
I could do
thought that was
without all of this
finally-
just flip after flip to the outside. Like this is,
Are they? Yes. Oh, another one.
yeah.
Are we doing? Is this set up specifically so that
Oh, okay.
we can make a season 4 of Dark Side of the Ring
Nope,
based on
doing it
people?
in the commercial.
Yeah,
I
sponsored.
swear, I did not. Yeah,
I know, this is what- It almost was like it was almost like our tape was skipping. It was just like each person doing the same flip onto the outside
Yeah,
onto
like,
the same couple people.
yeah.
It was like a record scratch. Beep, 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 beep. Let's see in the chat here. Bishop coming through says, "What's up? Live from Fightland." Bishop in our chat. Can you believe it? We see him in the audience and
Oh my
he's
God.
messaging us as we go. This is crazy. Live from the studio. He said Tajiri also didn't have a square to take credit for autographs. To take credit cards for autographs. So you had to pay him
He didn't
cash.
have
Dude, that's
Venmo, PayPal.
no.
Come on.
No, he's old school, dude. He's not trying to fucking get sales tax attached to it. He's trying to get that under the table cash. He's smart.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Oh yeah, I don't have one of those. Oh yeah, sorry, just cash. He just wants a fucking pile of cash, unaccounted
I
for.
don't even know how much Murder Grandpa is tomorrow.
Oh,
But
so
I might-
I think he's about 40.
Well, I'm like, do I want to pay $40 to run away?
Maybe.
I don't.
Yes.
Maybe.
It's worth
Okay,
it.
well, I am wearing my pile driver Harajuku shirt, so
That's cool. That's cool.
and at least he'll have a mask on, so then I'll be like, okay, if he gives me this smile, like, I don't have to run.
Yeah.
But I know
Yeah.
it's gonna happen.
But it's also my estimate based off of somebody else who I know who went to a show to see him, where it was it was $60 for a front row ticket, but $100 if it included the meet and greet for Suzuki. So I assume it's about a $40 to $50 meet and greet depending on where you're.
Yeah, Brigante didn't sell them with meet and greet. Yeah.
Are you gonna make it to the boat, or are you gonna go to?
Oh, I'm going to the boat, by the way.
The boat's happening.
Yes, I'm on the boat. Toot toot. Yeah.
Dude.
So, I'm actually assigned to be I don't want to say babysitter, but
Okay.
I'm assigned to make sure that people don't get into trouble.
All right. Well, you should let some people get into trouble. I'll tell you the names of people we need to get into trouble.
What?
Who do you need to get in trouble?
Well, I'll just send you a list of people that would be nice to hear about them in the dirt sheets. You know.
Oh, you're going to.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I can't say anything bad about a couple people. So,
Yep. Bishop's asking if we already saw him. We did. We saw you. If we're watching on the screen, you were to the right in the back a little bit. We saw your hat. We haven't seen your shirt yet, though.
no. Where'd they film this? Delaware? That's why there's no mats.
He's in Philly.
Oh.
Philly's like the Delaware of Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I've never been there.
I've been to the airport.
Philadelphia's really cool. I've enjoyed
Yeah, I
it.
had a
No,
six
I've
hour,
been
I had a
I've been.
6 hour layover in the airport.
Which? Oh, I went to Pittsburgh. Never mind. I was like, I was somewhere in Philly. No, Pennsylvania. It's Pittsburgh.
Mhm.
Because I had the sandwich that had the fries in it.
Oh, yeah. It's not
Permanente Brothers.
Checkers. Checkers does
No,
it.
Permanente Brothers.
Oh, Permanente Brothers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I've had like a
Orange fat.
few people like tell me like, yo, like Philadelphia, like when I talk to them, like, oh yeah, I'm thinking about going to Philadelphia. Like, no, you should go to Pittsburgh. I'm from Philadelphia. Go to Pittsburgh. I'm like, okay.
There's
Good
a
sales
number of
pitch.
people-
Man,
I've
that's
talked to
so
a few
shocking.
people who've lived in Philadelphia, and when I told them about a desire to go there, they've been
They're
pretty
like, "Why?"
standoffish about it. But I've been there a few times, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah. The airport was nice.
Oh, that was kind of ugly.
Well, no, I've been to the city because I lived in New York. I had friends who lived in Philly, and I went and spent a couple weekends there.
It's only like what, 2 hours away?
Yeah. It was a quick drive.
I mean, it's
Stayed
kind
with
of like Phoenix versus Tucson. I wouldn't
Yeah.
recommend Phoenix to a lot. Well, unless you need to go to IKEA.
That's a good point.
I will say Myron Reed has gotten a lot better from the first time I've ever seen him, which is nice to
Hey,
see.
Bishop, were you wearing your mask under your chin during the show? Because that's the guy I'm seeing right now.
And if that's the
Bishop's-
case, we're judging you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're judging you.
Philadelphia. Bishop does say Philly tries to be New York and Chicago does it better. You know what I thought was one of the most interesting things about Philadelphia when I was there? All the dog shit on the sidewalk was in bags.
What?
Like, people would bag the dog shit, but then leave the bag of dog shit. It was amazing. They would go through the effort and then just leave it. And it was so insane because there was one point where I stepped in one and I was like, oh no, because I could feel it as soon as I stepped in it. And I looked down. I was fine. The bag was still together. It was just now smushed poop in a bag. It was incredible. I never seen anything like it.
That's so weird.
That's. I don't know if that's better or worse.
I
It
think
was
it's worse.
fantastic. It felt to me like a cleaner New York just because of that. I'm like, well, New York just leaves the turds.
Yeah.
And the dog half the time.
Isn't it fucked up when you're like in the city like that and you just you watch people who are touristing and they're like they find it romantic and they want to walk down the street barefoot and you're like, don't, please God, don't
Yeah.
do that.
Oh,
Yeah,
You're
why
going to
would
get
you?
hypodermic needles in your feet.
I see a Roman
Yeah.
shirt in the audience. Very cool. What do you,
Why
Amanda?
is-
What do you think of this match? How it's going?
You know, it's I'll tell you this. It's kind of spot heavy.
Yeah.
Where it really doesn't need to be necessarily.
Yes.
Just because I'm like safety right now. I'm a little concerned about that. But you know, for an opening match, this isn't bad. Because this
Okay.
is the kind of things that you would expect to see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very indie-rific.
Yes.
Yes. Okay,
This
I
isn't-
want to know why Homeboy has only one fur leg. I'm very
Well,
distracted.
He's probably got a tag team partner who has the other one.
The ref looks scared.
I don't know.
The ref looks
I don't even know
terrified.
who he is. I thought he was like one of the ICP
He doesn't
guys.
wanna
'cause, you
interrupt.
know.
It's coming off actively as he's doing the match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ref looks absolutely terrified to be anywhere in that ring. He doesn't know where to move or how to go. He's like, if I just stand here, can you guys just make sure I don't get hurt?
I'll be in the corner.
Yeah, I'll be here.
Can you run around me?
Yeah.
The ref is what I look like when I shave my beard.
Oh yeah.
He has to check on one person.
No, he doesn't
Look,
check on
finally
anybody.
they hit the mat.
They hit the mat. That's precision with a mat
Ow.
that small.
Vision.
He took that to the knee to the concrete.
Yeah.
He missed it.
And
No,
he
I
bounced
saw
on it.
Ow!
Dude. He bounced on it.
And like you see him take a knee, he's like, yeah,
This is not
take a
gonna
minute,
be
fuck
good.
that.
Yeah, hold on. Ugh.
I don't know. Maybe I'm being judgmental.
I do think too much of this match is happening outside of the ring.
Yes.
I think way too much of it's happening outside of the ring.
Especially because of the circumstances of like the safety.
Yeah.
Outside the ring.
I-
That poor guy, look at him. He's injured. Hobbling
Oh,
everywhere.
he's a
Just call it, dude.
I like that like kick to the back of the knees.
Yes.
I thought it was a cool thing.
Yeah, it's nice.
Hmm.
Oh, that ref felt like he's got gassed from the count. You could see he's like, woof,
Oof.
woof.
Yeah.
Oh, I did both of those counts.
Yeah.
I did a 1 and a 2. Good lord.
And
Let me get out
Maybe,
of the
I
way.
don't know.
These guys are
maybe-
shaky fucking legged on the top, guys.
Yeah.
Terrifying. That guy
Lord, that-
was trying
Myron,
to do.
what-
the fuck? So the dude goes for an RKO while the guy's flying. The other guy like only partially noticed, so he started to get up, and the guy was like, "No, no, no,
Yeah.
come back down to cell.
This
I did
ref-
my move."
This ref came out of retirement for this.
Ref's gonna
Hey,
go back
Tajiri's
in.
coming out of retirement.
Yeah, this is Tajiri's ref. He's like, "You ref my first match. Come back."
See, ref,
Oh
you don't-
no! Of course, the ref's terrified. He knew that was coming.
Oh, he is totally. Oh.
Oh, he did miss.
Yep.
Oh, he did the mist.
Woo!
What I love about the mist is the ref has to pretend that that's probably not someone else's fault.
Yeah. Ew, you inked on yourself.
Yeah. And also, the ref has to actively not
What
see
is
to.
that little dance the ref just did? What was
Yeah.
that?
He got
Oh,
it in his
remind-
face, and then the other guy tried to lick it off of him. That's why his mouth's green.
Mm-hmm.
And the shirts people have are very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Danhausen, got a
Mhm.
Hulkamania shirt.
Mm-mm. That wasn't
What the
Hulkamania.
fuck's a...
That was a Hammerstone shirt. Hammerstone has a shirt like that.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize Hammerstone had a shirt like that.
Question.
Go ahead.
What the fuck is a Danhausen?
Yeah,
Oh, he's a wrestler.
kinda.
He's kind of weird. I don't think he's a very good wrestler. It's just more gimmicky.
Yeah, he's an indie clown, but people love him.
I'm not trying to objectify anyone, and I'm gonna say something that might get me yelled at here. There's a person in the front row that is in the match become less and less dressed as it's gone on,
Nice.
and I keep noticing, and I'm like, I don't think it's deliberate. Okay.
He looks like Seth.
Yeah,
Not gonna lie.
So I
Not
like that
really.
Tajiri won that one. It looks like he's got some sort of title now. And
not
like
gonna
I think, like you said, Amanda, for an opening match, it was a nice way to get started. If you're still finding your seat or getting a thing of popcorn, and that's your first match,
Yep.
you're gonna be fine. You'll be able to pick
Or
up
the
where you left off.
bathroom, you're like, ooh, I'm breaking the seal early. Let me go now.
But also, it wasn't. It was decent, and it was a feel good moment. Tajiri got a win, and we all love Tajiri. So
Yeah.
Guys, I've seen this mask at several sex shops.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that like to be silly. Legit, you can buy that at Adult Expectations in Tucson
Yeah.
on Stone Avenue.
Oh yeah. Yeah, wasn't it the Hardys who went to like Oh no,
I
it
was
wasn't
saying,
the
what-
Hardys. It was the Sex Pistols. They would go to like sex shops to get their clothes. That's how the punk rock look came about. Was their manager was also an owner of like a porn store
Yeah.
and could
Luna.
get them
Oh.
the shit that they were going to be tossing out if it was damaged, and so they would get it, and that's why there were safety pins on stuff, was because they literally were keeping these free clothes together. Just in time in the chat to say the ref looks like Eric Young. I would say yes,
No.
but this guy's bigger and more scared. And Bishop does say, "Did you not see me standing mask up?" I missed him standing.
Well, we didn't
Maybe
see you.
we pointed at the wrong person. Maybe we're looking in the wrong area. Let's readjust. This next
Still
match.
judging him.
Still judging him.
I will say that I don't know. I'm judging MLW because of some of the past rosters they've had.
Yeah.
You know, Hero. I mean, this is like the promotion that made MJF and Stokely Hathaway. I mean, seriously.
Yes. And Davey Boy.
And Davey Boy. Mm-hmm. No. But I mean, I love Hammerstone. Don't get me wrong. I'm just bummed that I'm not going to see him wrestle tomorrow.
Yo, am I the
Foot
only
injury?
not wrestling? Am I the only one who really wants this fucking Carl's Jr. sandwich you keep seeing?
No, but I want the Arby's rib one, where they're trying to say it's better than the McRib. That I want.
There's
You haven't seen that? It was all up on AEW yesterday.
Yeah.
There's a really great segment, like when Jon Stewart left the Daily Show. Arby's bought a commercial spot, and it was just a supercut of all the times he made fun of Arby's, and it was fantastic.
Wow.
Because he'd say things like, "Arby's, it's like challenging your colon to a fight."
That's a good point.
Okay,
Arby's.
the Limu Emu scares me.
All
Just
right.
I'd like
So
to-
we're not going to commentate on every commercial, and since we are on a commercial break,
Why not?
I do want to ask what you guys think about AEW dropping a new women's title. It felt to me, as the resident shitter of AEW, it felt to me an awful lot like, look, we're just not going to take the title off Britt Baker no matter how good anybody else is. So we have to give a purpose for any woman to have a match outside of this, because we're just the title is just part of Britt's gimmick at this point, and we just aren't going to move it. It felt very, very secondary.
In a sense, yes, but I'll say this. I will say this as a positive.
Yeah.
They need to have something to keep building people up. And I think a secondary title works. They arguably didn't need to make a title, but also because they're going to TBS, it makes sense. It'd be fucking hilarious if they made it another men's title. Like, really? Another
Ooh,
one?
Davey Richards.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Tar Lawler. That nice match.
Lawler versus Davey Richards is next Wednesday on Alpha. November 6th, we got MLW Philadelphia, 2300. November 25th, MLW Fusion Thanksgiving. Are their shows really that far apart, man? They're doing 3 shows in the next month and a half?
That's why
That's
they keep us
weird.
For 5 hours.
It's a bummer.
What?
Well, I mean, it's not the worst.
They're letting us breathe.
They're letting us breathe. And I like them.
I mean, you could be at an AEW Dynamite taping.
That's a good point.
That's a long time.
No, we couldn't because they don't go fucking west of the Mississippi.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, they're definitely staying in one area.
Her last name is a Toot.
Good, we can
Yep.
Yeah. Didn't Alicia Toot, wasn't she dating MJF for a while?
I don't know. Maybe. It could be.
A Toot.
Okay.
And then we have senior editor of Combat Sports for the Sporting News and co-host of Wrestling with Stereotypes and the Corner podcast.
Who are these people?
Oh, yeah.
We
They're-
also
Oh, cool, Andres.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's been on a lot of the New Day podcasts.
Yeah.
Why can't we be on a panel?
I know.
Big middle finger to you, Uncle Dave.
Oh, my God.
What?
The fuck is Dave Meltzer doing there?
Ooh, they need to get a less good quality camera for him because he looks rough.
No, well,
He
they need to
always
keep
looks
the
rough.
camera really far away from him. He's like fucking snorting the camera.
He looks,
I think Uncle Dave is going to be at West Coast Pro tomorrow.
Can you tell him that he looks like a Popeye's biscuit?
No, dude.
No.
Dave Meltzer, 100% coming to you live from the DMV while getting a passport photo taken.
Yeah.
Oh, so they're interrupting the show to talk about Wrestling Rumor.
I will say
Why
I'm
are we
incredibly
watching-
disappointed that MLW is having an entire segment talking about if WWE is for sale. Fuck off, dude.
Mhm.
Fuck off with this.
That's
Yeah.
Come on.
Is it sad that we're watching people do our job?
Yeah.
Is this
We
what
do.
supervising is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is this our show, people?
Yeah. And this is
Yeah.
another-
Like, seriously, if you're in the chat, I'm wondering.
Let's go
Or if you're
back
listening
to
at home.
wrestling.
Yeah. I'm gonna tweet about this one. That's how we deal with things in my day and age.
Can you I'm gonna say, can you tweet from us?
It's not gonna be one I want to come from the show.
Okay. Well, I'll retweet anyway.
Yeah.
So, Raj, tell me a little bit about what you know about.
So, like, Alicia Toot is like producer lady.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
A toot.
A toot.
That's one that makes a lot of sense. Fox and WWE, they had Fox back in 2017.
Nobody, I don't care.
Yeah.
What I care about is MLW has these really restrictive contracts. So a lot of those guys can't wrestle for, a lot of places.
Emilio, you've worked for.
Yeah, like, for example, Hammerstone.
All right.
I
I
know
just
he
tweeted
can't.
a pretty mean tweet.
What'd you say?
Uh-oh.
I said, well, let me get it because I don't want to like quote myself and be wrong at my own quotes. You know how I can be about things.
Ooh.
I'm a journalist, for God's sake. I put incredibly disappointed that hashtag MLW has an entire segment talking about if WWE is for sale. This is a mediocre podcast in the middle of a terrific wrestling show.
They have been super aggressive in signing WWE free agents versus.
Like,
Get
I
the
feel like
fuck out. Sorry.
I
Now
like-
we're talking about AEW.
Amanda,
you're
stop.
you're
Klump.
stealing our shit.
Amanda, stop. Klump, what were you trying to say?
See, like, I would. In part, I appreciate the idea because yeah, it's cool to get like maybe a little bit of this kind of wrestling talk on a more large,
God, what the
area. But then again, I'm like, this is worse than Sports Center.
This is worse than Sports Center. This is
And
bullshit.
I like Andreas Hale. I like his podcast.
Yeah. If I wanted to listen to his podcast, I would go to his podcast. This doesn't make me want to tune into any one of these people on a podcast.
No.
I want to watch wrestling.
Yeah, this is a fucking 1 hour show. Because Bishop's in the chat too. He said this is a horrendous use of time for a 1 hour wrestling show. You have a 1 hour wrestling show with incredible wrestlers and talents and people who need to get their names out, and you're fucking wasting talking about WWE and AEW and who they have and who their stars are. And look at these guys from a different show. You're focusing your show, literally telling me to watch a different wrestling program regularly. Shut the fuck up on AEW and WWE. Talk about you. This could have been a promo for one of your factions. This could have been a fake press conference between Hammerstone and Fatu getting in a scuffle, getting you more excited for the match at the end of the show. But here we are fucking talking about Ospreay, Adam Cole, and Kevin.
Hey,
Go ahead.
I gotta ask you this.
Go ahead.
Defend this shit. You made us watch this. Why did you think this would be any better than this?
Because they recorded for 5 hours in Philadelphia, and I bet you not 1 minute of it was a goddamn podcast.
No. And I don't want to hear about Will Ospreay and his problematic girlfriend, okay? Dave, shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
Oh, by the way.
Our chat's
Hey,
not
what's
happy
the-
about it either. Justin says I muted it because this is stupid, or it's that stupid. He said Bishop said could have been Fish versus Moriarty or TJB versus Tankman. He goes it was 5.5 hours, and you're telling me for 1
Fish
hour?
wrestled Moriarty?
Yeah, Bobby Fish and Moriarty wrestled.
Ooh.
I bet you they lost rights to matches.
Yeah.
They lost rights to their own matches. That'd be so
No,
funny. They've all
You're
been
not
signed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, fuck.
Tweeting.
PK and his.
Wrestling or promo and stuff talking about WWE.
Well, and they're talking about AEW too.
Bowling.
WWE and
Oh, by the way, if you hear that Will Ospreay died on the cruise, it's not I'm just saying,
We'll
it's not
get it
me.
out. Get it out there.
not me. Although a lot of people are probably going to call motion spray because
Thank you so much for being
Oh my God, Alicia, that was so long.
Coming up next is your MLW Fightland main
I feel like she let it run 10 minutes too long.
fight.
Yes.
The Hammerstone.
2 matches.
Yep.
I'm excited. So who are you guys pulling for in this one?
Another segment talking about other wrestling.
Yeah. Let's see.
There's that commercial again, Klump.
Oh,
I didn't realize it was on a biscuit till this
I
time.
know. I love Carl's Jr., but it can be so hit or miss. Like, it can be fantastic,
Yeah.
but if it's not on point, it's like it ruins your day bad.
It's gross. Yeah, it's gross. Last time I had Carl's Jr., my Western bacon cheeseburger I was craving it. Got it. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, no, that's me. It's like that's my go-to. I want a Western bacon cheeseburger. If I get it and I'm like, oh fuck, it just like it ruins time. Also, jalapeno poppers.
Bishop also says they have one camera for this whole segment, so no social distancing on the panel. Good point too. If you watch ESPN and stuff, they're all fucking social distance as hell. Like, it always takes me a second because like every time I see a clip of it, everyone's so far, and I was like, why'd they get a table so big? Everyone, like, and I go, oh wait, because it's the right thing to do.
Like, they did that on the NBA.
Yeah.
And they had like the little partitions. Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, but come on, that was such a fucking waste of 10 minutes. Was it 15 minutes almost? And like you said, Klump, we're getting 2 matches in 1 hour, and the whole middle half of it isn't even talking about their own show, their own programs, their own talent. They put a fucking bullshit. You could have played us for 10 minutes, and it would have been just as fucking pointless.
Why are they advertising pregnancy pillows?
Why?
Sorry.
Yeah, why are you saying, hey, just so you know, Adam Cole's in AEW. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are in WWE. Is WWE going to sell? I wonder what kind of great talent's going to sign with AEW. What the fuck are you doing?
If you're going to do that, why not be like, hey, let's talk about like what we're doing here.
Yeah.
Bauer, don't ever waste your time like that again. If you don't understand people are tuned in to see the incredible MLW talent on your roster, then you probably need a long vacation. Someone booked the shows. Embedded was ridiculous.
Yeah, and garbage. Send that to me. We're retweeting the shit out of that. Grim Reaper says, you have talking smack and now talking lack. Yep.
Oh, shit.
Klump's like, oh.
Okay.
Oh.
So what is this all about?
What?
This melee of people. I feel like it's not explained to the casual viewer of MLW.
They need a wider angle camera lens.
Dario Cueto!
Oh, that's
Oh,
a
yeah.
guy you used to follow. Do I still? No, I stopped following him a while back, but he gets it.
I like the guy that looks like he's in Grim Fandango.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Old
Low
people.
Sure
These people no
That's
longer
not
work here.
Tom Lawler's not old. No. Tom Lawler, Batu. I like both of these guys. That's the problem. Ooh, no DQ.
No DQ.
Wow.
I don't think they have the rights to this music.
What song is it?
Give me some more. Yeah! Phoenix, Arizona! Not the
Oh, yeah.
right city, but a decent state.
I know, that was a child.
Hey,
I thought
they
I saw
put
That
one
is
Bishop.
the
It was a
least
child.
charismatic looking ring announcer I've ever seen.
Where the fuck is Bishop? It turns out the person I thought was Bishop is a small girl with a flower in her hair.
So in
They
that
get mixed up often.
garbage, Alicia Stout 2 minutes ago reveals on Embedded that Will Ospreay's coming to MLW this fall.
Fuck
Okay.
off.
As long as he's not up, anything I watch.
Yeah, no, I mean, and you took fucking 15 minutes to fucking make a tweet. You know what I mean? Like, God.
He comes out in a suit? That's cool.
No.
Well, I mean, that's not
okay.
Jacob. That's his buddy. What's his name?
Yeah.
Joseph Samuel?
Mhm.
He used to have like a Sheik type gimmick that was pretty nuts.
He did. Yeah, that's War Beast when they tag.
Yeah. Yeah, they're great.
Mm-hmm.
And their whole act here is fantastic. Let's see, in the chat a little bit. Lack of talking about MLW. Yep. This
Food.
says, I'm opposite the entrance ramp, so left side of the M. Opposite of the entrance ramp. Oh.
They just don't say he's from the Yay area. Come on now.
They said what did it say? Bay Area or the gay area? Let's see.
I got Chipotle's.
Oh yeah.
I think
Jacob
Jacob
Fatu's so
Fatu,
good.
he is, and I think he's really him and actually both him and Hammerstone are two that I'm like, why aren't they really signed somewhere?
I know.
They don't.
You know.
Yeah, I agree. I have questions about the weight disparity they're saying because they both look of equal size, and it's like, how's he got 40 pounds on him?
Who is saying is 40 pounds heavier?
They're saying Jacob Fatu is 280 and that Hammerstone's 240. I've seen Hammerstone build at 260, and he looks closer to that. Dude's huge.
Yeah, he is big.
Yeah.
I mean, Fatu's probably dense though.
He is very dense.
You know?
Oh.
So insane looking.
Oh!
So my theory on Hammerstone is that he's so loyal.
See?
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I'm saying 30 pounds there, 250 and 281.
Yeah,
Hammerstone is so loyal that I think that because MLW is the first like contract he got, that I think that he's willing to take a pay cut to work for MLW and like carry that brand because I think he feels like he can give back to the company, and I think it comes from a loyalty place. I don't think it comes from companies not wanting him.
Yeah.
My fear is that he's going to be too loyal for too long and then never get above this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like Abyss.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Abyss could have been amazing in WWE.
Yes.
And yes, he was great and did so much for TNA, but I feel like he stayed there too long and he got fucked on it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because like then they kind of put a mid card for like Hulk Hogan. It's like, really?
Yeah, 100%. And then I think with Jacob Fatu, what I've heard, the rumors and all, and who knows what the fuck, but I heard he's got like a DUI or something in his past, and so some companies have been iffy about signing him, but I think there might have also been like, I don't think it's his only legal issue he's had. So
because I was gonna say like within his own family, there are people in WWE that have had, yeah, dude, like not and I'm not saying that'd be shitty.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. It confuses me even because I agree with you 100%. Like that's it. Can't be it.
But you know, honestly, nowadays, a lot of people have a lot of things on their record.
Yes.
I mean, as long as he's not like, well, look at Nick Gage. Okay, guys that you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, Nick Gage is getting WWE time.
And he's so beloved.
Let's see. Oh, and then even here, Justin says, I guess Ospreay was Court Bauer's big announcement. He tweeted about it like an hour ago. So they did that whole fucking segment to read a tweet.
Wow.
And talk about AEW and who's going to leave WWE and go to AEW. Like, fuck off.
Yeah. No one wants your bullshit. That's why you're on MLW.
And Bishop said, did you see the dope shirt when Hammerstone held up the title? I don't know, man. I was looking at Hammerstone's pecs.
Yeah.
It was hard not to be distracted by that. Dude's so Ripley.
Yeah, I know. Hammerstone's got a big old body. Mm-hmm. Very vascular.
Mm-hmm.
But there are interesting shirts. Boy, that lady in the front has big boobs.
The left side of the M.
Oh, wait, I thought that was Bishop, but it was a woman.
I know, it's really confusing because of the pink.
Mm-hmm.
Just terrified ref again. To my LWO
Why
shirt.
is terrified ref like? Is that they only have one ref?
Well, I mean, it was a 5.5-hour show, and we're only seeing 2 matches. It's feasible for one ref to get more than one match.
True.
And it's not that ridiculous to think that they might give somebody an opening match and a closing match, and then have a bunch of stuff switched out in the middle.
Oh.
All right, ladies. When you go to wrestling, here's a tip: don't sit like that woman. Okay. No.
Oh, I can see Bishop holding up his pink shirt, going nuts.
Yep.
Over on the right-hand side, you can see him. He was trying to like get it in the camera shot as soon as they go over there.
Yep. Damn shill. Yep.
Oof. Man.
It's a big G to do that.
Yeah. A lot of meat.
A lot of beef.
So
But
at some point in the first 5 minutes of this match, Hammerstone hurts his ankle. And so I don't know if his ankle's already hurt yet or not. But I'll tell you, he didn't look like he was hurt on that.
I think around now, because the kid's kind of limping.
Let's see.
It's always incredible to me how much adrenaline.
Yeah.
Man, Fatu's chops. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Can't hear any of this mess.
You can't hear any of the smacks? Oh, I think the timing on the audio is a bit off.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm hearing slams when they're not slamming.
Yeah.
So I think our audio is off.
Oh!
Oof. So, Amanda, going back to before, what do you think of the women's secondary title in AEW?
You know, it's interesting to me. I don't know if it's being used as a tool of, okay, we love Britt, leave the title on Britt, and then everyone rotate through, or if it's their way of getting new women wrestlers. I think it's the latter of the getting new women's wrestlers because, oh, you see 2 belts and whatever, and especially because they're really lacking. I mean, you know, like when you look at NXT and you see how well, like, people like Cora Jade are doing over there, who's new, and, you know, was it Toxic Attraction? Yeah. So, I mean, they're
but that's
good,
the opposite. That's the exact opposite issue that AEW's having is
exactly
NXT has an issue of too much incredible women's talents that that everyone seems lined up for a title shot.
Yeah.
AEW already seems void of a title scene.
Yeah, and some of these women that they have, I'm like, dude, there are some women that I don't know why they don't put on TV, like Nicole Savoy. That one just blows my mind. And Holiday, why aren't they on, you know, AEW? Again, if they're not, you know, doing, you know, WWE, but come on. I mean, that, yeah. It just baffles me.
I just don't see a need for a second title when you don't have contenders for your first title.
Yeah.
True.
I think for myself in this, I see it as like a way of building up people, and then it's going to be their TV title. They just won't call that. Literally, it's because, and a lot of promotions have done this, but AEW, it's kind of funny to me how much they've been doing it for how new they are. You're not defending, or there's no reasonable chance of your main title going away on Dynamite or Rampage, but this title maybe, and that's kind of bullshit to me. But
yeah, and I agree. I do think that the idea and the hope is that it will help build the women's division beneath the title, but you still can do that with the title you have, and you haven't. All that's happened is that Britt Baker's been exposed as not the best women's wrestler on the roster. Even when Serena Deeb had the NWA title, it felt very much like, well, and Serena Deeb's much better. And you've got like Thunder Rosa, you got Serena Deeb. People are way behind Chris Statlander. You have a group of women who are significantly better talent in ring than Britt. But because you're so behind Britt, you won't remove the title off her. So this feels like well, here's the title that all the really good wrestlers can go after.
Yeah.
But are they going to give the men another title? Because they have that problem too. There's lots of men.
They've already got a bunch of fake titles.
Yeah.
The fucking FTW title? Come on.
I think right now that what they're doing well, they're trying to, and they're aware of it, so I'll give them credit for it, is you got to build storylines outside of titles, and they're doing that some. The thing that they need to do, though, is the storylines that they're building outside of titles need to be away from title holders. Like, it seems a lot of, like, they're doing it with some people, but, like, for instance, the Elite stuff. This doesn't seem to be based around a title, and it shouldn't be going on then.
Yeah. Well, I think finally tomorrow we're going to come to a head with Team Taz and that stuff. So I think that that's probably what's going to happen. Because I want to move on to something else that's boring now.
Yeah.
Definitely Hammerstone's ankle was
It's hurt. Yeah, he's
injured.
Is he hurt?
yeah.
Oh, fuck. His ankle
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah, he's having a hard time with it. Jacob's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do here? Let's see. Grim Reaper is in the chat, though. He is saying, I think in 3 to 4 months there will be plenty of women's talent. In the next month or so, a bunch of non-competes are going to expire.
We'll see. I think they also need to be very cautious in who they grab, and like we'll jump back into this match, but you can't get everyone.
That's true. Oh, that's the other one, Ruby. Ruby's another one. People are like, yeah, put the title on her. Well, we can't because we're going to keep it on Britt forever because she's our favorite.
Yeah.
Where you have all this talent beneath, it's like, but what about Sheeta? What about Dee? What about Rosa? What about Ruby? Oh, yeah, he's back there jumping up and down.
Yep, right there.
Yeah, on the left, that big bright pink shirt.
Oh, God.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
It's not that impressive in the small ring. It's still impressive, but...
That's what I was thinking. I was trying to because at first I was like, oh, nice. And I was like, why does not feel not the same as when Shane does it? I'm like, oh, distance.
Yeah, there's like maybe 3 more feet, you know.
I mean, it's further than any of us would go, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, that lady's distracting. Don't sit like that, ladies.
Difference
Don't.
maker.
Wearing little shorts and...
Might have been the difference maker.
The difference maker?
Yeah.
That move? Oh.
Ladies, that's not how you get a wrestler. Yes, I judge. Because I am judged.
Oh, and I'm not on camera, am I? Nah, babe, you're not on camera at all.
Ow. I still lifted up fat too.
Her and her old man, I think, are bored. Then don't go sit in the front row. I'm sure Bishop would trade.
Yeah.
Shilling his shirt all. Oh, you know.
If his ankle's fucked, he's working it.
Oh, ow.
Ooh.
Still able to do that.
Yeah.
You would think that.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. The old tippy toes, as Excalibur would say.
Oh, that's right. He says tippy toes.
Yes, he says tippy toes and tummy. And probably boo-boo, I imagine, if someone gets injured in the ring.
I'll get back to you.
Out of the way, ref!
Oh.
He's running away.
Yeah, he is.
Where do I go?
Oh, I'll stay here.
Oh, God. This ref is so
Damn.
scared.
That ref's terrified.
That ref is really slow.
Yeah.
Hammerstone did a good Claymore there.
Yeah.
Let's see how Just in Time's coming through as we continue on with the show. He says, I literally said the same thing you said, Marsh. They can't even figure out what to do with their main women's title now. Now they have to figure out what to do with 2. It's pretty much a ceiling and a pity title for those women they don't see winning the main title. That's exactly what I'm saying, is it felt like a consolation title. We're like, well, we don't like any of you the way we like Britt, so here you guys can fight over this thing because that's just Britt's title now. Oh, fucking Christ.
God damn.
Ow! Look at that.
Oh, yeah. You can even see his legs shake on the German.
Yeah.
Well, when you watch him stand,
oh
he's...
my God. Did you see that? Yeah.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
he's standing on the outside of his foot, so it even worse, he hurt the inner part of the ankle.
Not enough.
Yeah. Oof. Hammerstone's a beast, though, to go through with that.
Hell yeah.
I know. And I wonder if all of our listeners and watchers have seen the foot photo.
The foot photo? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all gnarly. If you go to his Instagram, if you go to Hammerstone's Instagram, you can see pictures of his feet. I believe also Wiki Feet, and probably on SmackDown. You'll also see.
Telling people this?
What? What do you? What?
Like how bad the injury is.
What do you mean? What?
You're supporting this.
Oh God! Can't believe you.
I can't believe you.
Accuse me.
I can't
Such
believe
things.
you.
Here's the Sonic. Can we sponsor me? Thank you.
Yeah, this is kind of a bummer. I was expecting like at least 4 matches.
Yeah, I was thinking for an hour long. I thought knowing that this was going to be Jacob and Hammerstone, I thought that might go a half an hour.
The whole
that
thing.
might.
Yeah.
But I also thought, what a great time to showcase some of your women. If you're gonna have women, sometime, maybe we'll get a women promo. Maybe we'll get a little kerfuffle. Something.
Yeah, a little something to promote that whole fucking tournament they have coming up. Remember they got that whole MLW women's tournament? Remember they added the women's like featherweight? Like you could have spent 10 minutes talking about that.
Yeah.
But instead, no, whatever.
Oh yeah, on the boat, the toot. I think there's only like 2 women.
Oh, yeah.
DMD and then Chris Statlander.
Yeah.
How boring.
And just that should have just put the entire show on YouTube.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. At this point, especially having that on there, it was like, fuck off. Like, that was really like, fuck. I don't want to say that was like episode ruining, but it feels that way. I'm having a hard time getting over it, past it, even though this is a great match we're getting through. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm just kind of like the commercials are killing me a little here.
A lot of commercials and a fucking podcast in the middle. Says
Uncle Dave.
Bit of a bummer.
Putting his poison out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they're definitely having a tournament?
I thought. Remember you sent me that thing?
I forget what it was.
Was it Impact or was it MLW?
No, I thought it was MLW.
I thought it was MLW.
I could have swore.
I'm gonna look up MLW featherweight. Yeah, their featherweight division. MLW announces women's featherweight division. Yeah, you could have put in a thing about your new featherweight division. Showcase some of those women. Let them all cut a 10-second promo.
Yeah, no one cares about Will Ospreay and his girlfriend.
Yeah, 100%. And then let's see. Oh, Bishop says he's recording while hanging with you. That's the same, right? And pretty much. Well, yeah. I mean, for a watch along, a lot of commercials and a fucking podcast in the middle. So there's that. But as far as anything else, AEW. Oh, you know what? The other thing that kind of bothered me about the title, like not being bothered by the title in and of itself, I was just, but why would you have Aubrey be the one to bring it out and showcase it? Like, you don't have someone else. You couldn't have had Brandy do it and say we want to show something for the division.
Well, Brandy, yeah, well.
Brandy's heat, but she's corporate. You know? But, you couldn't have Tony come out and do it? Like, you had to have Shivani and a referee? Like, fuck off.
Well, because everybody loves Aubrey.
Are they not doing MLW Fightland hashtag?
I didn't see an MLW Fightland. I think it's hashtag MLW and then hashtag Fightland is what people are doing. Oof. It's fucking fantastic.
Who?
Jacob Fatu just did a swanton.
Yeah, that swanton was pretty.
On to Hammerstone. It was really nice.
I haven't seen Fightland.
Maybe it's just not trending because maybe a lot of people turned it off after that fucking podcast.
Yeah. Oh my god, put Hammerstone over there.
You know what, Klump? Look at Fatu's legs. You see Fatu's legs and his calves? Like, that could be an extra 30 pounds.
Yeah, he's got huge
trunks.
calves.
You get that? He's pear-shaped.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's big. Kramer says, excuse me, you mean senior referee Aubrey Edwards. She ran off Earl Hebner.
She's not... Who made her senior referee? I thought the senior referee was Paul Turner.
Probably not. Shoni Shivani announced her senior ref.
Yeah. Main ref is Paul Turner. That's why he left ROH. Mm-hmm. But I love Paul, so Paul's good people.
Yeah. Oh my god. Hammerstone diving to the outside with a broken leg.
And it's got Hammerstone, man.
What a trooper.
Look at him. He's gingerly walking, but he's like giving it all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, legit. There's a lot of wrestlers out there who are real pussy and they would have already thrown the X out. But Hammerstone is the damn man,
Didn't fucking Sin Cara try to get out of a match for breaking his thumb? Which, to be fair, breaking your thumb hurts.
Yeah, it sucks.
Oh gosh, I can't believe Hammerstone going up to the top.
Oh my god.
Oh!
Hammerstone, don't do it. Oof. That's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And Jacob takes a hell of a bump.
Jacob is a great seller.
Oh my god. Let's see. Grim Reaper says, oh wait, no, Just Time says, shouts to Paul Turner for being the only good ref in AEW.
And he's the one in charge too.
You know what I was thinking? How funny would it be if you were watching UFC and the referees in there behaved like AEW refs? Every time someone gets punched, they're like, "Oh my god!"
Alright, I'm gonna put Dan
Yeah. See, Paul Turner's the...
and Fatu killing it.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
Wow, look at this. Damn, Hammerstone's back, dude. Look at his back
Yeah.
and to show it.
I don't know, just a couple of beasts.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Bishop says Jacob
Oh, yeah,
wants
he's
you to feel
bleeding.
special. Yeah. Who's bleeding?
Hammerstone.
He on his back.
Yeah, he's got a cut up by his neck.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. A little bit on the back of the. Can you imagine if you were just all like, look at his leg? It's like blood's going up his leg.
I will say, and I appreciate the gear he's wearing, but the white, it looks like some spray tans getting on it from everyone.
Yeah.
Fatu doesn't wear spray tan.
Somebody here does.
Yeah, there's
Well,
definitely
probably
spray
his-
tan in that ring.
It's probably his spray tan.
Yeah.
Because Fatu's got that Polynesian blood and we can get dark.
No. Oh shit.
Long ankle, you asshole.
Yeah. Oh my god. Fuck that. Oh fuck. God.
And he has to sell that his knee's fucked up, which is so much worse too.
Yeah. Oh, and he just gets stabbed in the heart with a spike. Fuck off, dude.
Duh.
Yeah. No kidding. And now they're gonna get a fucking table out.
Fuck him up, Jacob. Fuck him up.
Dude, and the other thing too is like he fucking twists his ankle real bad early on.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel like that he was like, hey, let's call a couple audibles here. It was just like, no, let's still do literally everything, because fuck it.
Like my tweet.
Oh, yeah?
He's the only one.
Yeah.
Well, I see Bishop again, I think.
Yeah, I see him again. He's holding up his... Probably he's holding up... Like, he's probably holding up his phone, but it looks like he's like holding up a sticker because he's trying to show his own shirt the whole time.
Yep.
So he's like, these are my stickers, guys.
Oh, I have to bling a shirt. Well, actually, no. Sorry. I was just thinking because that lady has bling on her bra or whatever it is she's wearing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Man, Hammerstone's like, fuck it, yeah, just let me lay down. Whatever it takes.
They put a rug. Oh, I thought they were gonna put a rug on him. I'm like, oh, a blanket. How nice.
What's he doing? He's putting his flag over?
Yeah, he's putting the Contra flag over him because he ripped up a Contra flag like a couple weeks back.
Woo!
Oh my god, Jesus! Fatu's just a maniac.
Whoa! Damn.
Fuck my ankle.
Yeah, fuck that
fuck
ankle.
This. Now he's got his adrenaline right there. He's like, fuck this flag.
Oh, this
Here,
is a cartoon.
souvenir.
He just posted. It's insanely detailed.
That little boy is so enjoying the match.
Oh,
This ref is doing a lot to try and break this table down.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's like just trying to put it away clearly and cleanly. He's like,
Because he
"Alright."
doesn't want to run over it or hurt
Yeah.
himself. The ref.
Get it out of the goddamn ring!
Yeah.
I
Just
can't
throw it out.
Damn, he could keep up with, yeah,
Oh,
Fuck.
God.
a lot of weight.
How's he move so fast?
Oh!
Lower center of gravity, champ. Damn! Samoans can do and take power slams so well.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Positive
Ah.
racism. So like
Whoa.
a revert.
I mean, it's kind of like what you said before, or like in that same vein, the idea like Samoans just are built for wrestling. It seems like because they can just take the punishment and be fine, and they can go through with explosive athleticism and incredible toughness. You know,
not just Samoans though.
Not just Samoans.
No, but any of those Polynesian.
Oh yeah.
Maori.
They're explosively athletic. They're incredibly strong and deceptively strong for their size. Even someone who's big is stronger than they look.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
Jeff Cobb. Holy shit.
Jeff Cobb.
Isn't he from Guam?
I don't know.
Yeah,
so
but he's
Hammerstone
also
did it. He's Hammerstone 2 belts.
Yeah, he's not from Guam. He lived in Guam.
Romanian.
So what do you think about that? Jacob Fatu losing the world title to Hammerstone. I personally like it. I've been saying for a while I wanted Hammerstone to be their world champ. But I don't know what that means for Jacob next. If he's staying or if he's actually getting a contract somewhere else or anything like that. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
But what a fucking great match that was.
That's beautiful. And the thing that really, for me, that gets me is that the Hammerstone, just watching his legs, just that injury and knowing that he was injured and how it looks, it was just like, damn, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't deal with that. Okay.
Yep.
Thank God they didn't do another podcast afterwards.
Oh my God.
Waiting for that. Oh
yeah,
my
that
God.
podcast was brutal, man. Embedded, they called it. Fuck that.
Well, whatever. All I know is that I don't ever want to see that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
2 belts.
Congrats to 2 belts Hammerstone for sure. What did you think of the match, Klump?
Not bad. The match was great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm amazing what Hammerstone did with a properly fucked up leg.
Ridiculous, right?
Yeah. Total beast.
Yeah, total beast. What do you guys think about Hammerstone having the championship?
You know what? I like it.
Yeah.
Because he's such a, like you were saying earlier, company man. And, it always feels good when you have someone who's like that and like really represent, your brand. I mean, Hammerstone was our champ at West Coast Pro for quite a while. And it's kind of nice when you have people that are like that, you know? Yeah. Because there's very few people who are, they're going to be company men. They're more, it's about the dollar, or whatever. But yeah, that's why I like Hammerstone. Very similar attitude that Karrion Kross had on the Indies too. Works hard, looking for the opportunities and stuff.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with all that. Go ahead.
That said, aside from the match, which that match was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm rather let down by the rest of the product.
Yeah.
The ring's very small. I don't like the facilities and equipment. I feel like it's begging for injuries, which is to me ironic given it's on Vice, which is aiming at talking about the horrors of wrestling. Like it's kind of like, or talking about the dark side of it, this just seems built for like the worst of it. Like you've learned nothing of it. The first match was very spot heavy and the small ring hurt it. The ref was dog shit. And that god-awful thing in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah, as an overall show, pretty disappointed. As a main event, fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I could have, unfortunately, after watching it, I feel like we could have waited for this to air and then got together to all watch the main event and have ignored the rest of it in its entirety. We probably would have been fine.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the bummer of it, really. But main event was dope.
Yeah, I'm going back just to see some matches out of curiosity. Let's go pre-pandemic.
For what? What do you mean?
MLW. I'm just looking at some of these lineups here.
Just lining up some of them. If we go back, because I mean, we still are doing the show in general.
Yeah.
What did you guys think? Was there anything else in AEW that happened this week that you guys wanted to talk about? You thought was particularly good or exciting or anything?
I thought the ladder match was decent. I'm happy that it was Hangman Page. There's a lot of talk about it being Rob Van Dam because they're in Philadelphia, and I was gonna be fucking pissed if it was Rob Van Dam. It makes sense it's Hangman. It's good storytelling that's Hangman. I'm excited for it, and I'm hopeful that maybe if Hangman takes the belt off of Kenny, that to me would be an amazing story. That would be an amazing arc in so many ways, and I'd forgive a lot of the dumb bullshit that Kenny's doing, because beyond the dumb shit, you have a story that works. I'd be happy for that. So that was awesome.
I did think, on that topic, I did think that it was very cool that Hangman was the surprise Joker, just because they've done an awful lot to condition the fans to expect new signings and just somebody who's not in the company to come out for those things. So I enjoyed the fact that it was actually Hangman Page. It was a return. I thought it was a great use of a returning Page, as opposed to just another random signing.
Well, and I think that speaks to they've gotten enough talent they can do that now. They're building up people that can do things like this, which, great, do that. Maybe utilize some of this to give people time off. We can cycle people in and out.
Yes.
I've always thought that that's a good resource when you can utilize it to give people time off. It lets them refresh a bit and lets you refresh what you do with them.
Yes, I agree. Amanda?
Jericho needs to do that, actually. That's one person. But Hangman, I had a feeling in my heart it was going to be him. And everyone's like, oh no, it's going to be Will Ospreay. It's going to be this person, that person. I'm like, no. It's going to be Hangman. Because I think that the Elite storyline has gotten way, way too far and over the top, and gone too long. So they need to wrap it up. And I think that that's the way they're going to do it. One thing that I thought was really interesting was Hangman had probably, I think, one of the loudest pops I've ever seen from an AEW crowd. Probably, it was up there with the CM Punk Chicago show at the United Center. But obviously that's different because there's a bias. But it was interesting to see, like, when he and Mox were going at it, everybody knows that everyone, loves Mox and cheers him. It was, silent. You could hear crickets.
Yes.
And that was really interesting to me because I was like, so we're turning. Interesting. Very interesting. So that's what I kind of thought with it. But I'm really glad for Hangman. I really do hope he does take the belt off of Kenny, because I think that originally this is doing it right. That was wrong. Because, has star quality. I mean, had he not gone to AEW and things hadn't happened, he'd have been sitting on top of goddamn ROH. But shit happens.
Yeah, I could see that for sure. Yeah, those are the things I know of about in AEW.
Let me think. He was not wearing gray sweatpants, by the way. Just told her I watched too hard.
Anything is there anything else AEW at all?
No.
Rampage is going to be interesting tomorrow. Because you have CM Punk versus why am I blanking on his name? Garcia.
Oh, Daniel Garcia.
Daniel Garcia. That should be a really interesting match.
Yeah, who is he?
Punk, well, he's an indie guy right now, but he's kind of like with Lee Moriarty, where they're just really great guys, but you're seeing them everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It's like, are you signed with AEW, or are you just floating out in the ether? Mm-hmm. So, but tomorrow night, I'm actually going to see him wrestle Suzuki, so I'm pretty hyped about that one. So it'll be very.
Cool. Is it Daniel Garcia?
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna wrestle Suzuki.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I'll say this on top of that. Junior Dos Santos.
Mm-hmm.
And in in a move, just I honestly, because he does legitimately look a lot like Cain Velasquez.
Yeah.
If Cain Velasquez shaved his head, I'm like, wait, did Cain Velasquez just sign with AEW? Oh, god damn it. And but then I was like, oh no, we're just following what WWE did in spirit. Yeah. It's just dumb. And I'm not gonna bitch about it, but it's bitchable.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Guevara and Fish. How can I forget? I actually thought it was a pretty good match for Sammy because he's working with someone totally different style. So it's good that he gets that because it only will make him better and not look. And this is probably one of the first matches I've seen of him where he wasn't kind of botchy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
He normally is, so. But I'm glad that Bobby's, he's signed somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But we all knew he was going to get signed because when you saw the promo photo, it was a pro wrestling tease and already had the logo. So, come on, guys.
It doesn't sound like he got hurt in his first 2 matches back on the scene. So,
no,
it's already
not
an
at
improvement.
All. Yeah.
Not to be a dick, but like his last 3 matches in NXT, he got hurt on all 3. So.
Yeah. Well, hey, Bobby Fish is getting old. He's getting up there. So, but looking good. I know people want this to be like Undisputed Era 2.0. That ain't gonna happen, guys.
No.
And quit wishing for Kyle to, go to AEW. Quit wishing, Gargano going to AEW. Please, no.
Fetch isn't gonna happen.
Yeah.
Nope.
I saw someone say they posted a picture and they went, "Oh, we're halfway there," and I was like, "It's 2. It's 2 people." Like.
Yeah. If anything, Red Dragon would come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd see that first. Yeah.
Yeah. Which that would be very exciting because I think I always thought they were a really great team. But yeah, so Fetch is not happening, people.
In the chat a little bit, Justin does say Hammerstone did a hell of a job working through that injury. Fuck yeah, he did. And Bishop says, all right, guys, gonna go finish my episode. Sorry the episode looked that way. Better wrestling wasn't shown, but that's on them. So yeah, some of the matches that are gonna come up out of that filming is gonna be some tremendous matches.
You can put your water.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Just because how she is. And then Grim Reaper says, anybody watching Road to the Top? Amanda, you've been watching Road to the Top, right?
Yes, I have.
Klump, have you been watching it at all? 2 episodes in now, right?
No.
Oh, what?
No.
It's interesting. Well,
she just fucking retweeted
this
me.
last episode,
Nice.
I didn't realize that Dustin was actually one of the women's trainers.
Dustin Rhodes?
Rhodes.
Yeah.
That's good.
Didn't realize that. I didn't know if I didn't know that. Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense. He's expressed that he's very passionate about it because like of his daughter and stuff like that. That's awesome. Like that's cool.
Yeah.
Like I think it'd be cool to learn more, but I have no desire to watch like Total Divas and shit like that.
It's not like that. But it's Cody, so
It makes me think of it.
Yeah. But we'll say we all know why I'm watching.
Yeah, so I've heard a lot of negative things about the show in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I heard Ricky Starks does not come off very well in the match or in the show. That he comes off pretty sheepish and shy.
Well, okay, here's the thing. A lot of people are like, oh, that Ricky's like different. I'm like, no, that's the Ricky Starks that I know. Okay.
Well, I know that because I met him.
And
when I met him, he was like that. He was he was kind of timid, and when I was like, oh, it's so cool that I'm meeting you, he was kind of like, okay, you know what I mean? Like he's very, very humble. He is kind of sheepish in that way, but you would think that there's a certain level of appearance you'd want to give on the TV show, especially given that on the other show, you're a cocky son of a bitch. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You could be less of a son of a bitch and still be like cocky. You know what I mean? He could be a nice cocky dude where you're so like, you know what I mean? Like a Justin Timberlake type.
Hey, wait a minute. I take offense to that.
Why? Justin Timberlake's great.
Yeah, I know, but Justin Timberlake, it's not the... Yeah, but Justin Timberlake, again, I will say, because I know he's another one that's like Ricky, but he's in his little mode.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like he gets off on certain shows and stuff, like an air of confidence and cockiness, but still being a really nice guy, and someone you can tell would put their coat in a puddle for you so you don't ruin your shoes. But at the same time, he comes off like, yeah, right. He bitch about it. But he does come off a little bit arrogant, but also at the same time, just his general talents and the things he does, you go, well, it'd be silly for him not to be somewhat arrogant. He's really incredibly talented at so many things. So I'm just saying, for Ricky to be like sheepish and shy and saying like, oh, hey, can you tell me if what I'm doing is any good, is a little bit of a vast departure from what we see on the other thing. And I think that some people were hoping for at least more of a middle ground.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I mean, when you saw in the first episode when they're talking about his injury and stuff. I mean, I know from conversations that that was hard. Especially if it's your first like injury. So people are gonna think that he's gonna be all like whatever. Anyone who's injured, I'm like, I don't care who you are. That shit is it's not going to be, I'm going to be in character, because the only person that I know of who's always in character pretty much is MJF, because the public never gets to see that.
But I think there's a separation there. You know what I mean? There's always being in character, and there's not being a dramatic departure from your character. Like there's a middle ground there.
Yeah. But with Ricky, I think it's more personal when I see it than people saying, oh, it's kind of sheepish. But no, I mean that's the dude I know. Yeah. So I don't see anything weird about it.
Yeah. And he's been the only reason that I've considered watching that show, because everything I've seen and heard in clips, and I was even I went out and grabbed a beer with a friend last night, and the bar had on TNT, and it had Road to the Top over there, and I couldn't hear it, obviously. There were some subtitles that I wasn't like focused on, but just even the general presentation of it all, I was like, man, I don't like this. Like,
well, you get a lot of,
well,
yeah, you get a lot of Cody and you get a lot of whatever, but I think that with that show in particular, because I watch them all. Actually, I really love Ms. and Mrs. because I don't know, I've always loved freaking Mike Mizanin, the reality TV guy, because
producer lady enjoys Ms. and Mrs.
Yeah, and
so we thought Roast to the Top might be okay.
It's not too bad if you like those kinds of things. It's great. What I like is it doesn't feel forced like Total Divas does or Total Bellas.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's the one thing. So if you're thinking it's going to be like this and there's going to be drama 24/7, no. But I can't wait to see the episode when Ricky gets everybody drunk. Because if people think he's sheepish now, they will be. I was wrong. Yeah. But Ron Cookie is.
Well, outside of Ricky, is any other parts of the show enjoyable or good, or like do you like it?
Well, I like that they are they put a big focus on the Nightmare family in the training, which is kind of nice just to see that, because a lot of people think, oh, that's bullshit, whatever. But no, those guys are working. It's looking like a mini performance center, and so that was kind of cool to see that go on, I think. So but you get a lot of you get kind of the things that you would expect, I guess, like Brandy in her own way, she's kind of like a diva, but I get it. Cody, it's very interesting because I know everyone's like, oh god, I'm sick of him, but he's kind of a puss.
Is he?
Yeah, I think so. Sometimes I'm like, geez, he just like kind of bows down. But
I heard that he's incredibly tone deaf in that whole series.
Tone deaf is in
like that he just is saying shit where you're like, I've heard it referred to that he can't read the room, that him and Brandy are both incredibly tone deaf as to the things that they're talking about and what they're saying.
Okay.
Almost like because they almost play into the stuff about their characters that people hate, and they're trying to show that that's like really who they are, and like all of Cody's America stuff and strange way that he feels like he's a representative of the black community and stuff, that like that all comes through on there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very interesting. But at the same token, you also see that obviously the boy is pussy whipped. So yeah, you can see it.
Well,
yeah.
So
and never let here's the other thing lesson. Never let wrestlers put together baby furniture.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Well,
we'll
or men in general, because there's one point where it was QT, it was Ricky, and I don't remember who the third person was, but they were putting baby furniture together.
Yeah.
And or maybe it was Cody, but I thought there was another person. And QT was looking at like the directions, and someone had said, "Are you reading that?" He's like, "No, I'm looking at the picture. The picture's all you need to know is what's in the picture." And of course, they're putting things together, and it's all falling apart. And then watching three men try to put a car seat in a car was hilarious, I must say.
God.
Yeah, it took a while. It
sounds
hilarious.
terrible. Sounds awful.
Yeah.
Was there anything else AEW related you guys wanted to hit on at all, or do you guys want to talk NXT a little bit?
We can talk NXT.
All right. Right before we talk about NXT, I do want to bring up two things, though, just making sure we are closing out at least the topic of AEW. I do want to say New Wave Coffee, Flow State Coffee, as always, is amongst us. If you go to noowave.co and put a promo code CHEERS, you can get 10% off whatever type of coffee stuff you want to get. If you want to get a bag, if you want to get a subscription, if you want to get a shirt or a mug, if you want to buy 30 bags, you can get 10% off. If they have a sale, boom, another 10% off whatever that sale is at newwave.co, noowave.co for that. I also wanted to throw out there, did you guys see the announcement came out today? Well, last night it came out, and then today there was a press conference about it. WOW is back. Women of Wrestling is back. And on their main creative is AJ Lee. I believe her name's AJ Mendez, right? Her real name?
Mendez.
AJ Lee is going to be incorporate in the corporate creative side. And Tessa Blanchard is back. She will be on the show. I'm not totally shocked because she was the main wrestler before. She's the one who trained literally all the women who were wrestlers on there. They brought her on because they knew they were going to be hiring a bunch of models and actresses and needed them up to speed. And Tessa could flat out make that happen, and she did. So if you enjoyed any of the other seasons, it was all on the back of Tessa. Klump, did you see anything about this? Oh, wait, he's got a thing. Amanda, we'll go to you.
You know,
what do you think?
I'm actually pretty excited for it. But when AJ did come out, a lot of people were like, "Oh, she's wrestling again." No, you guys are listening to what she was saying. So, you know, get that out of your head. But I don't have a problem with Tessa Blanchard, to be quite honest. I mean, a lot of people do. But you see, I guess as being a person of color, you know, I know if someone did that to me, there'd be an ass beating. So, because there wasn't anything, and I don't care who you are, I don't care what kind of setting you're in, some ass is going to get beat, and they're going to get beat down. So it's kind of a gray area kind of thing. But you cannot deny that she is such an amazing wrestler. So I'm excited about, you know, she has a place now, which is great. And then also one of the other gals that's on the roster I'm excited for, because I think she's awesome, is hold on, Ruby Ray. I'm excited about that. Ruby's really good, so I'm glad to see her get some TV time.
Fuck. Hey guys, this just came through. Reggie Parks passed away.
Reggie Parks,
the designer of most of the wrestling belts that you ever liked in the 80s or 90s, the Eagle.
Eagle. Oh, wow.
Yeah, just for one, but yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, Klump, he lived here in Tucson.
Yeah.
I saw pictures of him in places around town and kept hoping I'd bump into him at some point.
Damn.
But yeah, Reggie Parks passed away. So tears in our beers for sure. a fucking legend. I've heard interviews with him, and it's fascinating. Fascinating. But
belt making is fascinating, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but it's really interesting, like just some of the choices they make and stuff like that. But then again, I like bling, so you know.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I've said for a long time my favorite title ever made to date still is the Winged Eagle.
Yeah.
But I mean, I also know that was when I first really got into it. That was the title that was there, and my guy was Brett, and Brett became champion, and he carried it, and that was the thing. And then Stone Cold held it for about 12 hours before the next night on Raw when they said we're changing it out to the other title. So it also always signified to me like a shift in eras. You know what I mean? So it's why it was the first replica title I ever bought. Was that one for sure? But damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Klump, any thoughts on WoW coming back with AJ on creative and Tessa back in the ring?
Curious more than anything. I can't say too much. I feel like this is the AJ lead. This is CM Punk's wife, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully we're not. I thought she had no desire to be in wrestling after everything. I mean, we'll see. I'm not going to knock it either way. It could be good. Curious
AJ?
to see. Yeah, and Tessa, because I know there's a lot of heat behind Tessa, but we'll see where it goes.
I feel that way too. Pretty curious about it. I think with AJ, what made sense of it when I saw she was coming out, I was like, wait, what role is she going to play? The idea that she's going to be involved in creative for a show like that makes a lot of sense. She's been writing a lot of comics and stuff. I've said for a long time, and we've said it before, wrestling is more or less live action comic books. She's going to be able to really help create these characters, because the other thing that WoW is doing that other shows are not, it was based off of and created by the same guy who made Glow, where it was, we have these characters that we want women to portray. They brought in actresses and models to play characters, and they brought in one wrestler to teach them how to get through a match, and they would work on their one match until the showtime, and that was it. So would AJ wanting to be in creative there seems to me to be actually a fantastic fit, where she can create characters and stories with a blank plate and with actors and actresses. This isn't creative in the WWE or in AEW, where a lot of it's going to come down to those people trying to get themselves over. You know what I mean? My character is me up a little bit. This isn't that. No, your character is this. And you can put yourself in that character, or you don't have to. You know what I mean? So we'll see. With Tessa, I agree. There's a lot of heat with her, but I also understand Amanda's side of it of, if I'm not there and involved in it, it's a little hard for me to make harsh judgments. A lot of it seemed a bit weird. From what I remember, even when a lot of stuff came out, that both Tessa and the person that was directly involved had talked through it, and both had made mention that they had sorted it out, that they had talked about it, and that they came to the other side of that. That there was no heat between them and all of that, and that no infraction like that had happened again. So it felt like, adults acted like children and then behaved like adults afterwards. But I don't know. I wasn't there for that side either. It's just hard for me to make those judgments. But I agree with Amanda that she's virtually unmatched in skill. So I don't hate the idea that she's back in a ring. So, NXT. I mean, we don't have to go through everything. Obviously, we did have the watch along in the middle of here. But on NXT, Klump, I haven't had you on in a little bit. I know Amanda's been pretty frustrated with NXT 2.0. I've been really enjoying it. Justin's been enjoying it. What have you felt about what you've seen lately? Is there a middle ground even there, or are you not into it? Because I know you were really hesitant in the beginning.
Second episode I saw wasn't too bad. I will say I'm frustrated. I could not find it yesterday. It was not on Peacock. Where it usually is. It's like, this is some bullshit, because usually it's same day and next day.
So I've never seen it like that on Peacock.
Yeah, and I was like, the fuck is this? And like I was looking on Squared Circle, I couldn't find much about it, so I was honestly gonna ask, did they skip a week?
No, there was some stuff in here that was pretty decent. One of which being Cora Jade made her debut. That was big for me. Mandy Rose had a good match with Ember Moon.
Mm-hmm.
That opened the show. I'm really enjoying Toxic Attraction as a crew. JC Jane got a little bit more of a promo. She's getting better.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I see a direction there that I think is pretty cool. But I would say the highlights of this show to me was that LA Knight had a match against Odyssey Jones.
No, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the things that I loved about that match, and I think that's probably one of my favorites of the evening, was LA Knight can make anybody look fucking good. And he just made Odyssey Jones look like a superstar. I mean, it was great. I thought it was great.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just, wow, and I'm like, man, I can't wait till he moves up, but maybe he's not going to. And he might stay down and, and train people. But either way, I mean, that match in particular really got me into man, he can really make someone look good. Not saying that, in NWA he didn't, or things in Impact, but that was the one match that really solidified it for me.
Yeah. They even, there was one spot in that match where LA Knight goes to, like, pick up Odyssey and slam him.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets him, like, most of the way up, and they're, like, standing, and then LA Knight just slowly falls backwards under Odyssey's weight. And it was just a perfect spot of, like, not being too goofy, not being too cartoonish. Two dudes looking like big dudes, but also a little bit of a silly, like, oh, shit. And boom. Yeah. I'm in over my head. It was awesome. They just listed on Reggie Park's Facebook, it is with a heavy heart that we announce the passing of our dear friend and mentor, the King of Belts, Reggie Parks. Reggie passed away peacefully this morning in Tucson, Arizona, after a short but valiant battle with COVID-19. More information will be made available shortly. Family and friends ask you to respect their privacy and allow them to grieve this time. So, wear masks, people. And get vaccinated.
Here in Tucson.
Yeah, it was here in Tucson. Yeah. See, I thought you lived out here, and I was always hoping to bump into him. But, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Sucks. But yeah, LA Knight versus Odyssey Jones, I thought was great. Ember Moon and Mandy Rose. So after Ember Moon loses, they do a spot in the back where they're like, Ember, what's going on? And she literally throws a childish, like, temper tantrum and grabs her bag and leaves like a kid running away from home. And it was like...
Really?
Yeah. It was funny because it wasn't supposed to be. But I was all like, okay. But this is like, what, the third time that she said a change is coming.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this anymore, so... Maybe every time something happens and she's like, a change is coming, they're like, oh wait, we don't want to do the change yet. Now it's like, okay, now go. So this time it was a temper tantrum, but
yeah, I don't think we're gonna see that change for a minute. I'm sorry. I love Ember Moon. I don't know who she pissed off. I don't know what the fuck happened. I'm sorry.
It's funny. And he doesn't like him. He was just on the show because it's a platform. So I agree with all that. Yeah, dude, I would say this was actually one of matches that you would probably like. I think you'd like Mandy and Ember. I think you'd like LA Knight and Odyssey Jones. There was a spot here with Tommaso Ciampa where he said, let's see, how did he word it?
Oh, it was
like, does anybody got the balls? Wait, here he goes.
Yep.
And
then Braun Breaker comes out. Now, Braun Breaker's music now has the siren in the beginning. That Steiner siren.
God,
fucking
see
dope.
what?
Love it.
Change his name back. Come on, I don't understand. He's totally Steiner. Come on now.
I think it's because they...
Go ahead.
Good. No, you go ahead first.
I had read, and I don't know, I don't understand contracts, and I'm not a thing, but I heard that the family did not grant the permission to use it.
Interesting.
That they didn't, because I think that somehow, somewhere, I think Scott owns the right to the Steiner family stuff somehow, and expressed the desire to not have the Steiner name in WWE, because I think he also doesn't have a good relationship with WWE, so I don't know if he just kept it off the table. I don't know if they weren't willing to pay whatever he was asking. I don't know any of that stuff. Clearly, I don't know. I'm not there. I don't understand contracts. But I've heard from more and more places that it was a family decision to not allow him Steiner in WWE.
That makes sense. I was going to say, I think the Steiners and WWE are not big fans of each other. Honestly, to the point that I'm kind of surprised he's there, because Scott had a lot of fun shooting interviews where I think he's gone as far as threatening to fucking kill people.
Yeah. And supposedly I think Triple H has said before that they've offered Scott Steiner the Hall of Fame a number of times, and he always turns it down and says he doesn't want any part of it.
Yep.
I think Rick Steiner just retired when he retired and is more or less ambivalent to it. And I think as far as like him supporting his son, it's, well, if you're going to do it at the biggest place you can do it, on the biggest stage, and learn from the best. And sorry, but WWE has the best trainers right now. You know,
that makes sense though, that he's Rick's son and not Scott's son, because I was like, I have no idea how that happened.
Yeah, that'd be scary.
Fuck, he's only 23? God damn.
Yeah, he's a beast. And he came out and he said, I got balls. I got the biggest balls in the locker room. And he said balls. And then he said balls so many times that it was getting pretty crazy. Like, because Ciampa said something about in 3 weeks at Halloween Havoc. And then Braun, I felt like was on the cusp, but like, in 3 weeks, I'm going to have 3 balls. I'll be all balls. You know what I mean?
I do find it funny. So I think, do you think Scott's anger comes from that his last name is Rick Steiner, and that Rick, whose name is Robert Rick Steiner, got to just be called Rick Steiner?
Well, I think that's what happened. I think Rick was the wrestler first, and he came in as Robert Rick Steiner, and they said, we'll use your last name and break it up to Rick Steiner. And then when Scott came in, it was like, oh, you'll just be Scott Steiner. I don't know if his name's even Scott, but it was like he was second to Rick.
Yes. Yeah. It is Scott Rick Steiner.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think he was. I think he came in right after, and then they tagged him, and then the rest was what it was, from what I remember, without having to Google anything. But yeah, a lot of balls to the wall, balls at Halloween Havoc, balls. My hat that says balls is my new Braun Breaker hat. No.
Yeah, no. Too many balls.
Too many balls?
Too many balls.
There was more Joe Gacy. I'll be honest. I'm seeing a lot of chatter about Joe Gacy, and I'm seeing a lot of people coming around on him and liking the character. I still think that he's like I think he's like a sheep in wolf's clothing, but it's obvious. Like, I think he's a bad manipulator. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. I'm not personally connected to the character. I don't hate it.
He comes off culty to me.
Comes off super culty.
Yeah.
It's different.
It's definitely different, and it's still going. Yeah. But then we had Cora Jade. Cora Jade comes out, dude.
I called it.
She's like a wrestling Avril Lavigne. She's amazing.
Yeah.
She came out.
She's always had that. It's just they finally put the music and everything together.
Yeah, the music she came out to was like almost fucking Newfound Glory pop levels of pop punk. Like,
yeah.
I was into it.
Is this good?
I loved it, man. But I also grew up during that time. Like, I was in high school when this was hot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So did I. We had very... I'm learning more about you in high school, and I don't think we would have been friends.
No, we wouldn't.
No, we fucking
I didn't
hate
have any friends in high school, Klump. So of course you wouldn't have been my friend.
That's fair.
It's true. I didn't make friends until I left high school. People I went to high school with. It was fucked up. But I had a puppet. Anyways. Growing up during that time frame and enjoying pop music and pop punk and doing those things, I was like, it's crazy that this girl was not even alive when this shit happened, and it seems to be harnessing the exact energy of early 2000s pop punk.
It's because that stuff's still popular for some goddamn reason.
Yeah.
It's new dad rock.
Yeah.
That can't be right. He said it's still popular. That can't be right.
It is.
No, it is.
No, that's not right. There's
Dude. we've established I'm about 10 years younger than you, and it was still like in high school when I was in high school. I was like, oh fuck, this sucks.
Really?
Wasn't when I was in high school.
He says it was in high school when he was in high school.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. I thought you guys had My Chemical Romance and shit by then.
Isn't he in his 20s?
Yeah, that's MCR and Panic at the Disco and
Yeah, that
that's
too.
different.
But there's still a lot of like Blink 182 and Boxcar Racer and Angels and Airwaves and that pop punk scene. I was like, oh, this is terrible. I looked like a juggalo, but listened to metal.
Well, that makes sense.
See, I guess I got the Green Day and the you know.
Ooh, it's still bad.
They were good then before they went corporate. Same like you too. They were good a long time ago, but they went corporate.
Neither of those are literally the two bands that if I like sit down and those are playing, I will change the music. I'm very passive, but no, not Green Day, not U2. Also not Blink 182.
Yeah. If U2's playing in a doctor's office, I'll just leave and not get the service I need.
I have very proudly not gone to a U2 concert. Like, my ex, her family was like, "Hey, there's a U2 like concert in Phoenix. We're all gonna go because they're big U2 fans." And there was a very brief "Does Eric want to go?" conversation, and I very abruptly said, "I'll happily watch the children."
Yeah.
And I did. It was a great night.
Yeah. Someone's got to watch those kids.
Yeah.
Let it be me.
But I will say that back then they were good. Now, the tomato. But
They still don't have what I'm looking for.
That's true. But on top of that, though, Cora Jade defeated Frankie Monet. It was actually a really good match. She's great in that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Frankie Monet. I don't know what to think anymore.
Yeah.
This is just not for her.
It's weird, right? Because like she came in with so much fervor, and she was like the top of the indies, and what can she possibly do from here but go up? And she has been very lackluster in NXT, and I don't know where that disconnect is or why that is. Because we know that she is so good. So I don't know what's happening.
I know. And I don't know if it's because, you see, I've been trying to figure out what it is. And I'm like, first I'm just going to bring Robert Stone because he's lame and, whatever. But no, there's something legitimately that I can't put my finger on it. But I'm just like, girl, if you're on the chopping block next, I would not be surprised. 1 and 2, you should just go. I know your old man is over there, but to be quite honest, I honestly just think it's a waste.
Mm-hmm. I don't know that she would be better back on the indies though. Like that's what I mean. Like something about there seems to be some sort of disconnect. And it might be that she was so good on the indies because the people around her there were not very good. So she was like very big fish, small pond.
No, but look at some of the people like with AEW. Okay.
Oh, she'd be great there.
Rosa.
Probably.
Oh, she'd be great there because of everything and the people that are there, and helping to develop some of those other ones. Because I would love to see her in Thunder Rosa. I'd love to see, even though I think they did that on Lucha Underground, but I can't remember. Yeah, but I mean, seriously, they've got a lot of really, some good women, but that I think would be a better place for her. Because that way, she could do her, wear Loca and all of that. It's kind of weird when you have this Frankie Monet and then you throw that in there. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It has been a disconnect though. Klump, Tony D'Angelo made his debut. Klump, Tony D'Angelo is so fucking over. The crowd ate him up. He was wrestling like a fucking A1 national star. The dude has an amateur background, and his wrestling was actually so good that all of the silliness surrounding his character just became like frosting. You know what I mean? Where it came from being like, oh my god, is this dude just a cartoon character? But then you watch him wrestle and you go, sure, let him be a cartoon character. This is fantastic. This works somehow. The crowd was eating it up so much, Klump. At the end of the match, he gets the 1, 2, 3, and you see in the crowd this. People doing their fingers together in that stereotypical Italian pinched fingers thing like the emoji has. The crowd was just doing this like fucking beatniks. It was insane.
Just picture Homer in Italy.
Yes. Exactly. Couldn't believe it.
Not happy.
Dude, and it was funny. And hey, be honest with you. Oh yeah, Grim Reaper says it best. Hey, Tony! Yeah, it was actually. I want you to see the match because for one, it was just surprising that the guy was good. I thought this was going to be a shitty squash match that's just like do 2 moves and move on because we're doing a character thing.
Yeah.
But he did like some fucking reversals and mat work that I was like, good god damn, I've not seen anything like that. Like, so I want you to check it out and then see how he beat over. Oh yeah, the finishing move was like a twisting fisherman, like spine buster kind of thing. It was insane. It was like started as like a Northern Light suplex, but he's got like the fisherman head hooked, and he goes back, but fucking flips around. Like it's insane. It's insane. Okay. But now I think of him as the wrestling Don Stugatz. Don Stugatz is a friend of ours on Twitter. If you look at our YouTube, we have, I think, 1 episode of Drink Up. Well, we got a new series coming out of Drink Up that I've been making with him. But, yeah, he basically comes off like a Tony D'Angelo type. And he's got his own catchphrases, one of which being, keep banging, baby! And he says that, like, I mean, you can imagine Tony saying that, you know what I mean? Like, I'm so into it, dude. I'm so into it. Amanda, what do you think of Tony?
Same thing. I was like, this is going to be gimmicky. This is going to be whatever. Because, 2.0, I'm not been a, big fan of this. I was kind of shocked. But honestly, like, it's still gimmicky and whatever. But, I don't know. That crowd gets, excited and gets boners for some really weird things. So I'm like, I won't judge it based by what the crowd was doing. So.
I do have a fear that they are ironically enjoying it right now, and that could be a bad thing.
Mm-hmm. Because one day, when Cameron Grimes, it's going to get old for them. That's going to be awful.
Yes.
I hope not, but who knows?
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, there was a couple of little promo things here and there. Van Wagner and Kyle O'Reilly seemed to be doing something sort of together that I was all right with. Raquel Gonzalez came to the ring and dared Mandy Rose, and Toxic Attraction came back out and was like, fuck you, bitch. And then Io Shirai and Zoe Starks came sliding into the ring and then basically got Toxic Attraction just to kind of walk away. So I guess that's going to be kind of a thing. It was all fine, but it wasn't like the highlights for me. And then MSK won in the last match, and Indy Hartwell defeated Mei Ying in kind of a weird match. But I think those were like the big highlights to me. Was Cora Jade and Tony D'Angelo, and even Mandy getting the win over Ember.
Yeah.
So, and LA Knight, even LA Knight LA Knight won that match, which was crazy. But it was really good the way that it happened. So
yeah.
Those were, to me, the big highlights, and the things I'm really enjoying about NXT 2.0 right now is like those kinds of new, fresh faces that are making big impacts right away, real quick,
Did I enjoy it? It's okay. But still, I just, I don't know. There's just something, I don't know, there's just something that's missing. I don't know what it is. But when I figure it out, I will let you all know. Probably tell you on episode 1.
Yeah. We'll be back for an episode 1. We can talk about it.
Yeah.
I don't think we have anything else, though. I think we did all the things we were going to talk about.
I thought there was something news. What do you think?
Let's see any. I'll double check to see if there's any news that I'm missing here, because I know that there was the WoW stuff. Obviously, the Reggie thing just happened. That was terrible.
Terrible. Will Ospreay.
Yeah, Will Ospreay over there.
That means he's going to be on the boat now. Great. I didn't do it. Yeah.
The other thing that people have been talking about, this might be what you're talking about, is Gargano removed NXT Superstar from his Twitter profile.
Yeah. And they keep putting that Johnny Gargano with all the people.
What was that? I'm sorry.
People that have the meme that Johnny Gargano is all elite. I'm like, no, people.
Sure, let him.
I know. Marsh will. Oh, great! Now I have a real reason why not to watch AEW.
Yeah,
and they should.
Yeah. AEW just keeps stacking a roster that I'm not interested in.
Yeah,
And
you're
it's
like,
fine by me.
Oh man,
But you know, when you think about it, there's something kind of neat about that, and nothing wrong with it. And the idea that there is an entire style and genre of wrestling that's happening that I just do not connect with whatsoever. And there's an audience that absolutely loves it passionately. So for me, as AEW gets everything they want, it's me shaking off all the things that I don't like. It's kind of a perfect world here, where they get all of their favorites doing their favorite shit, and I get a product that doesn't make me roll my eyes every time I watch it.
Yeah.
It's just kind of neat. Different styles, you know? They talk about the different ice creams and stuff, and hey, maybe WWE's trying to balance out what they got going on. Bishop's in the chat says, really what happened to Reggie? We're talking about Reggie Parks, Bishop. Just a few minutes ago, Reggie Parks, the famed king of the belts, as they say, designer of many a wrestling title belt, including the personal favorite Winged Eagle, passed away just a little bit ago here, actually locally in Tucson, Arizona, of COVID. He got COVID-19 and shortly thereafter passed away. So,
I have a spoiler, maybe.
Go ahead.
If you are interested, those who might be, heard rumor that the 2021 Battle of Los Angeles, known as BOLA, is going to happen in November.
That could be cool.
FYI. It'll be a 3-day event.
That could be cool. Yeah. And then PWG's new tag team champions are Brody and Malachi. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, what are they calling themselves? The Black something.
Yeah, it was something.
I
some
remember.
ominous...
I can't. It's something with King. Oh no, the Kings of Blackness.
Darkness? Maybe.
The Kings of Blackness.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is a name.
That is the name?
That is the. No, I want
the
Kings of Blackness.
I don't know. My favorite name.
All they need is Cody.
Well, my favorite name of Birdie Kings in a duo, and we've only seen it once, and I wish they did it again. It was amazing. Kings Hawaiian, Jeff Cobb, Birdie Lee, Birdie King. I love that one. I wanted them to do it again because I was going to bring King's Hawaiian rolls and have people throw them in the ring. That'd been awesome.
Carbs.
Oh boy. Yeah. But yes, that, and apparently now Ocean Spray is opening his mouth, saying that he will, quote unquote, embarrass some of the top names at AEW. That ain't gonna happen.
All right, sure, whatever.
Yeah.
Who are the top names over there?
Well, particularly he's looking at CM Punk.
Oh.
And is the first. I'm like,
that'd be funny.
No. That'd be funny because awful.
Well, because here, I mean, as much as we don't like Ospreay, there's no way he can't out cardio CM Punk.
Well, anybody can out cardio CM Punk right now.
That's what I'm saying. If he actually gets in the ring with him, he can blow him up. Like
even the ref we just saw probably can out cardio CM Punk.
Scared
Come
ref.
on now. Yeah, but I mean, honestly, like the way, since Ocean Spray just loves to no sell. I mean, that's just gonna be trash. I mean, no. He even wants to wrestle, Danielson, and he wants to wrestle Omega. Well, I think you have wrestled Omega before when you were smaller. Now that you're fat, I'm fat shaming here. He's bigger. When he got bigger, he even says it too. He couldn't do all those moves. He still can't.
Yeah. Hmm?
Yeah, that's what happens. You want to be a heavyweight? Yeah, you have to sacrifice something.
Keith Lee didn't. But
nope. Look at Fatu. Shit.
Yeah, we just saw Jacob Fatu do some crazy shit, so we'll see.
Yeah,
we shall see.
Doing some crazy shit, and then I swear there was one more news thing, but I can't remember what it is.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Nothing.
If it comes up, send us a tweet. We'll tweet about it. We'll get in all over it. Guys, thank you for coming through and having a drink with us. Thank you for watching along, drinking along. Thank you, Klump, for making your way down here to hang out and stuff your face with Sour Pouch Kids. Watch a little bit of wrestling. Always love it when you're able to make it. I know that you've had a few life things happening, keeping you away, so we're happy you're back. We love having you here. Amanda
Awesome.
Jane.
Thank you.
Always good to have you here. Guys, we are at WOTR, the show. I am at Ref Marsh. This has been a fantastic drink along with at Crybaby Klump and at Miss Amanda Jane by my side. We will be back next week for a whole new, brand new episode 1 from the dive bar of the IWC. Guys, that's the last call.
Cheers. I drank my drink. Where'd it go?
Hey, producer lady here. Thanks for tuning in. Continue to support us or buy us a drink by following and putting the I in subscribe on Twitch. Or subscribe and review our podcast on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to us. Cheers!
I would never have a drink with wrestling on the rocks.